I'd like to start today by thanking everyone for logging in, and also to NACAC for providing us with this wonderful opportunity to connect with so many of our current and hopefully future partners on this webinar. I want to do just a little bit of level setting here at the beginning and let you know that we're a company that you could definitely say is obsessive about the power of mobile personalization to increase the efficiency and impact of each interaction between a student and the institution. We have an equally strong belief that good ideas don't take long to explain. We structure our company meetings and our client conversations that way. Try to be very efficient about the way that we convey information. If it takes too long to explain, it's probably not that good of an idea in the first place. When we saw that we had 45 minutes to discuss the work we're doing, helping institutions transform the way they leverage mobile devices to better engage with students across the life cycle, we're a little bit intimidated by the time. We usually ask for 5 to 7 minutes to explain how this all works, and maybe double that for questions, and off we go. So we're going to go a little deeper today and probably still give you back a handful of minutes to refresh your cup of coffee before the next set of sessions kicks off. We've also asked a couple of our excellent partner institutions to jump on and explain how they're leveraging mobile and social engagement to deepen their relationship with prospective students at critical moments in the college recruitment lifecycle. And I hope that what you take away from this discussion is there's an emerging understanding across all industries, not just education, the journey mapping of a life cycle for customer communications, while necessary and potentially very impactful, can be significantly enhanced with an approach to engagement anchored around deep personalization in key moments. Students, prospective students, current students are in constant motion regarding their affinities, what drives their choices, and even which technologies you'll find them using. As a result, we can't just rely on a communication calendar that pre-plans a summer's worth or a recruitment cycle's worth of content, dumped at intervals, calculated to be most effective at X days from the next deadline. Because each student moves themselves independently along the decision timeline, despite our considerable efforts to pull them along at our preferred pace, we can be so much more effective when we can uncover where they are in the process and adjust our content and communications to match. And then I think that's the real power in anchoring your engagement approach around what you learn from each moment they choose to give you, where they choose to interact with you. What we're going to share with you today is an approach for better connecting prospective students to the virtual and human resources that have the capacity for positive impact in the moment the prospective student chooses to engage. First, we're going to focus on the coming summer. In an effort to decrease the melt in what appears to be a relatively meltier summer than normal, we're going to do the same for the class of 2021 recruiting cycle. We're going to take a moment where we have a deep engagement opportunity and show you how you may leverage it to enhance what we understand about where a prospective student currently exists on the decision spectrum, and automatically adjust your approach to engagement to better match their current position. To do this, we brought with us two great people from two of our partner institutions. First is Ashley Spat from Eastern Michigan University, who's going to walk through her institution's approach to deepening engagement with graduating high school seniors over this summer. Also, Nick DeFalco is here from North Central College, and he's going to discuss how his institution used the moment of acceptance to take a bit of a temperature check of their prospective students and adjust their resources and future interactions to have a positive impact on their overall yield. Hopefully, when we're done, everyone will see it's the perfect time to start to leverage the personalization that mobile engagement can deliver. At this point, I want to introduce Ashley Spat, who's the Associate Director of Admissions for Marketing and External Outreach at Eastern Michigan University, and she's going to walk you through how they're using our platform to engage graduating high school seniors right now.
Hi, my name is Ashley Spat. I'm an Associate Director of Admissions for Eastern Michigan University in Ypsilanti, Michigan. We are currently working with Full Measure to develop a virtual graduation experience for our incoming freshmen for next year. We've previously worked with them to create a platform for our Eastern students who are graduating this year, and it just went so incredibly well that we decided we would expand it and involve our admitted students. These students have been through a lot. High school, Ashley would have been devastated to miss her senior prom, let alone graduation. I remember being incredibly excited in my cap and gown. It was a cold morning in May, and my friends and I were taking pictures. This was the age before smartphones, so giving my age away a little bit here, but we were using digital cameras, taking those old school style selfies where you have to kind of guess to get your head in the camera, posting them on Facebook as albums, and just it was a great way to celebrate with my family, with my friends. I have family abroad, so they were all able to kind of look in those pictures and share what their celebration with me. And then of course, years later, Facebook introduced the On This Day memory look. So it's actually been really cool. Every May, I can expect to see the pictures from my high school and my college graduations. So that's why we did this. We did this for the class of 2020. We can't give them a ceremony. We can't give them a prom, but we can give them a way to share a picture of them in their mortarboard, celebrating this incredible achievement. So enter NACAC. No problem. We understand how important it is to meet students where they are, and they're in front of their screens. If you have a kid, if you have worked with students, they're always in front of their screens. Big, medium, little, sometimes all three at once. They're there. They're using their mobile devices to engage and interact with one another and to connect with family, friends, and brands. They are on TikTok. I knew I was officially old this year when I had to ask some of my student workers to explain to me what TikTok was. They're on Instagram, they're on Snapchat. But our admitted students are a unique audience because we have reliable cell phone information for all of them, and they've all agreed to be communicated with via text when they applied. So within the last 18 months, we've actually integrated an SMS system within our CRM that does allow us to send text messaging to students, and the admitted students engage at an incredibly high rate when we text them. They can text back with questions, they read them, they take the call to action. So we thought, why not leverage this communication tool? The 2019 Ruffalo Noel Levitt's E-Expectations report did report that 74% of seniors actually wanted to receive information from colleges after being admitted. So even before COVID, we wanted to make texting part of our platform and our multi-channel outreach. So combining texting with digital engagement like Snapchat, Instagram makes sense, especially considering that 74% of seniors are using Snapchat daily and 74% of seniors are using Instagram daily. So while the main goal of this campaign is to committed students, we want to prevent melt. We do not have a set deposit deadline at Eastern Michigan University, so students can actually choose to enroll all the way up until classes start in September. So there's kind of a twofold audience to this population. The first is our admitted students who have told us, yes, I'm coming to Eastern. We call those our commits. They're going to get the first push. But then we have another group of students who are our admitted students that haven't told us anything yet, and they're going to get that second push. So it's definitely a strategic communication piece, but it's mostly a gesture of goodwill. We're not going to overly brand it Eastern. It's not going to just be in your face Eastern. It's going to be something that even if a student has not chosen to attend Eastern, they can use this to celebrate their commencement experience. So there will, of course, be next steps for those who haven't registered, as well as options to live chat or connect with an admissions advisor, a faculty member, current student. But the big thing here is the celebration. So we will anticipate, as everybody else knows, fewer students enrolling in the fall nationwide. So we have to be more intentional about those that we have already chosen Eastern. So for this reason, melt prevention is going to be a huge task for us this summer. And this is just one of the steps that we've taken. We're also working on a series of webinars that we're going to present bi-weekly to our admitted students that kind of engage them about life at college. We usually do a paper mailer that includes a sticker. Maybe we'll do some sort of tassel and mortarboard thing we can send them in the summer. And we have new video content. It's an Ask Me Anything series where we have current students answering FAQs that students, can I park on campus and what's the best place to eat on campus? So just kind of engage them that way. So most importantly, the best part of this project was the best part of our commencement day at Eastern was getting to see the class of 2020 celebrate. Whether they're using unique hashtags, we can follow who's using what filters. It's just so fun to celebrate with these students. They're the reason we do what we do, and they've lost a lot this year. If we can give them back this, that's fantastic. So just because there's no ceremony doesn't mean there can't be any pomp and circumstance.
Thanks, Ashley. Our latest experience is designed to give you a way to celebrate your admitted students' accomplishments and start to nurture them toward the next chapter of their life. It starts with a message where we'll congratulate them on graduating high school and drive them into Full Measure's progressive web app. From here, they can share out their excitement on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook with a custom branded augmented reality filter. After they've had some fun, it's time to ask them how we can help. The most powerful set of behavioral data that you can have on your prospective students is their response to the question, how can we help you? So with a simple embedded survey right here inside of this experience, we can find out what's on the student's mind and how we can help them with their next steps. Maybe they're curious about paying for college, staying safe on campus, or their parent has questions. Maybe they're feeling all set, or there's something else on top of their mind. No matter what it is, capture it right inside of Full Measure and use that response to trigger the best, most relevant next experience. Maybe they want help paying for college, and we can drive them directly into the profile of the right financial aid advisor, where we can learn a little bit more about Kathleen and then see ways to connect, either starting a conversation via text message, giving her a call, or going right in to schedule a Zoom session for the next available time to review my financial aid award package. Say you want to keep your admitted students up to date with what campus life will be like in the fall. Have an elegant, easy to understand landing page that will help them understand all of the different decisions that are being made on campus. And for those parents who have questions, allow your admitted students to get in that contact information right inside of Full Measure. Then trigger a welcome message from your admissions office to that prospective student's parent and start a meaningful conversation with them. And lastly, for those who are just browsing and say they're all set, enter them into a drip sequence. So that 24 or 48 hours later, we can send them a message with some updates on some scholarships and start to re-nurture them back toward the first day of classes. This experience is all about celebrating those moments that matter, connecting with your students, and engaging with them in the ways that they are most likely to engage. And now, I'm going to pass it over to our partner from North Central College, Nick DeFalco, to discuss another critical moment in the student's journey, the moment that they find out they've been accepted.
Good morning. My name is Nick DeFalco. I'm the Director of Transfer Admission at North Central College in Naperville, Illinois. And I'm excited to spend a little bit of time this morning sharing our experiences with the mobile acceptance letter from Full Measure. I was first introduced to Full Measure at the 2018 NACAC convention in Salt Lake City. Had a chance walking around the vendor booth to see this giant iPhone that doubled as their display, and was too intrigued to just walk by. I had to stop and meet Robert and the Full Measure team and learn more about what they were doing. Of course, I was immediately impressed with the concepts they had developed to create really thoughtful mobile integration into the recruitment cycle, and wanted to take that back to my campus and to talk with our superiors and have some different presentations to learn more. And while it didn't work out at that moment to roll out the full kind of product line that they had, I was really happy and excited and encouraged that Robert and the team kept in touch with new products and new different ideas that they were rolling out to bounce off me and see if it would work at North Central College. And fortunately, we landed on the mobile acceptance letter, something that we felt, not that we were deficient in, but could fill a gap in the communication flow and something that could be exciting and different and unique that we weren't already doing. And of course, as everyone is concerned, especially now, fit within the budget that we had as well. So it was a great fit from both a unique need and a financial constraints that really married together well for a new and different and engaging product for our students to have at their disposal. So how we set this up was we wanted to make sure that we led with this new idea, kind of led with this strength. One, to hopefully make it as engaging as possible for our students. And then two, so we could really track the impact that it had. We didn't want it to get muddied with phone calls about, hey, you're admitted, or emails, you're in. We wanted this to be the first thing they saw, popped in on their phone Friday afternoon, hopefully got some good news going into the weekend. And then from there, we could kind of track and see how they opened it and engage with it throughout the weekend, On Tuesday, we would get the results back from Full Measure, comprehensive dashboard showing what they clicked, what they engaged with, who opened it, who didn't, of course. And then that week, then we'd have our counselors follow up individually with personalized emails about their acceptance and next steps, things like that. So it was important that we led with what was new and fun and exciting, and then paired it with the rest of our communication flow that we normally would have had anyway. And while I think one of the slides will show that our open rate is about 60%, I actually think it's a little bit misleading on the low side. While this has been going on since October, so the open rates have varied, but what we saw, which was really fascinating, is the early adopters, the early applicants. We saw a lot of them engaging with this early, upwards of mid upper 70% open rate. And when you think about some of your email campaigns, I know at least for us, you might average in the 30 to 40% open rate on the high side. Here, seeing 75, 78% opening this text in a new way that they hadn't been engaged with before was really exciting to see. As time has gone on, people that were applying later in the cycle, late winter into spring, we're seeing them open up at a little bit of a lower rate that's pulling down that total. But even still, to have it throughout this whole life cycle, I think today it's at 59%, is still pretty impressive. And we were excited to see students getting involved with it. We did have out of the gate a little bit higher than usual deposits this year. I'd love to attribute it to Full Measure and the mobile acceptance letter, but it's only 1 year of data, right? So we don't know if that's causal or correlational, but we do know that it definitely couldn't have hurt it. When we're looking at some of the data and some of the things that we built out there that I think are important to note, we really wanted to drive students to engage with social media. So having our Snapchat and Twitter and Facebook, Instagram, all of that there for students to engage and get excited with and build some hype around their admission was important to us, as well as links about our visit programs and depositing. So when we hoped the counselors would get that report on Tuesday, they could, in essence, build out some affinity scoring for themselves through this outside of the CRM, seeing here's who engaged with this mobile acceptance letter, here's how many times they engaged with it, here's what they did with it, what links did they go to. Even if they didn't deposit, just seeing that they clicked it that they wanted to really helps you kind of craft and tailor your own territory and just add another level of reliability in your territory management. So we're really excited to see that, excited to see the engagements and the impressions and where students were getting naturally led to from the mobile acceptance letter. Helps, again, us think more critically about what we're putting in our email communications and what we're leading to students on our website. So overall, I think it's important to have products like this that are new and creative and unique and innovative, especially when people are married to their phones. It goes with you everywhere. And as students are getting more and more emails, there were some stories of students getting hundreds of emails in a day, not only from spam and school and their own personal life and receipts and everything else. And there's a lot of noise that can get lost. So having something that gets a push notification, a text right to you, hard to ignore, to drive them to important information, we found to be really beneficial. And we think continually finding new avenues to connect with students, finding really convenient and accessible and engaging ways for students to absorb this information is going to be more important than ever, not just because we're in a remote kind of learning and remote work situation right now, which of course we are, but even moving forward, having students get information as quickly as possible and the pertinent information, but also fun information that they can engage with and it's different and unique and enjoyable. We think there's some fun in this process that you don't want to lose either. And I think that's important to think about, not just finishing out this 2020 cycle, but as you plan for your 2021 class as well. So I hope that shared a little bit of insight into North Central's experiences with the mobile acceptance letter. If you have any questions or if I could provide any other information, please do not hesitate to reach out. Happy to help any way that I can. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Nick. This is, without a doubt, one of my favorite moments in the recruiting life cycle to create really deep engagement. And also to learn from that engagement to adjust our approach to how we interact downstream of this moment to positively impact yield. Over the past several months, we've launched this with about 100 institutions across the country. We've accepted hundreds of thousands of students. We've calculated engagement across millions of engagement opportunities. It's all evolved very, very quickly. And it's been really, really fun and successful I think if you ask our partner institutions, they would certainly agree. It's an easy way to, as well, to start better leveraging critical mobile and social engagement opportunities, and to start generating that powerful set of engagement-related data that can be used to increase the effectiveness of your resources moving forward from this moment. And it works sort of like this. So it starts with a mobile message. The open rates hover in the 60 to 70% range for most institutions. So we're getting decisions out fast, and we're getting them out in a way that today's students love to communicate. We're getting high engagement on this experience. Included in the message is a personalized link that bridges them into a progressive web app rendered in the browser on their mobile device. So no mobile download required to access, but lots of deep features like location and messaging enabled that we can leverage in this experience. And here we're really looking to accomplish three things. First, the big reveal, make the notification of acceptance. Second, provide opportunities for accepted students to engage. And third, listen for that level of engagement. For most of our partner institutions, not all, but most, they're primarily interested in what that behavioral data can tell them about the engagement level of a prospective student at the moment they learn they've been accepted. Was an accepted student significantly engaged? Were they moderately engaged? Or were they completely unengaged? I can't put you in the room when they tear open their physical acceptance packet so you can see if they jump for joy and yell for mom, or crumple it up and toss it. This is the next best thing. Engagement in this moment can take many different forms. Now, our mobile content tools allow for very simple calls to action to be offered in multiple ways. Sometimes it's just affirmational, declaring, I'm in. In other cases, it's opportunities to take next steps to further harden their commitment to the institution. Sometimes it can happen right in the content stream with an embedded form element. In other cases, it may be we iframe in an existing form from another virtual asset that you maintain to complete the next step. And this can all shift throughout the life cycle. This can be personalized so different audiences see different calls to action at different times of the year. Maybe you don't want to collect deposits in October, but you do want to schedule more campus visits. And perhaps an accept later in the year may be the perfect time to leverage the excitement you've created here to confirm their commitment by collecting a deposit. In Nick's case, he's taking deposits whenever you want to pay him. This is also a great opportunity to allow them to express their interest on their preferred social channel. Last fall, Instagram and Facebook released their augmented reality feature set that allowed for a much more powerful opportunity for accepted students to share the news with their family, friends, and peers on their preferred social network. We were part of the closed beta that Facebook ran for the year leading up to the release of the filter features, and we launched this experience to our customers as soon as that happened. The response has been pretty overwhelming. Over 50% of accepted students will share on one or more social channels if they've been accepted to your institution. Great for your brand on social, also terrific for gauging interest. So if you think of this as a stream of content that prospective students move through by scrolling on their mobile device, it's structured in a way that the first block of content they see is the big news. The second is the opportunity to engage on social. And then after we've built some momentum, we can capitalize on that by offering them opportunities to engage more deeply, share data with us, or take next steps. We can present a campus visit registration opportunity, provide a one-tap opportunity to claim their swag pack, allow them to schedule time to talk to admissions or financial aid about any open questions they have, and just ask them where their head is with a two-tap mobile form. Or we can offer them the next step in the commitment process, and we track it all for you. Every tap or share or form response, you'll get aggregated data to better understand how the campaign is performing, as well as individual behavioral data to let you know how each individual is engaging with you. We provide that in their native dashboards, but most of our clients are having us push that data to the prospect's record in their CRM, which brings us to the inevitable question of data exchange. This is pretty straightforward stuff. We need a little bit of data to start, who you've accepted and what their mobile number is. Send us more, and the experience can be further personalized. Transfer admits may need different calls to action than first-time admits. Some institutions are using this as a way to convey scholarship and other financial aid award information in the acceptance content stream. The more data you provide to segment into audiences, the more personalized the experience can become. We're integrated with all the common CRMs in the industry, so it's usually a pretty quick process. 4 to 6 weeks from kickoff to first accept in most cases. It will help you structure the content engagement opportunities you want to provide, and you'll be accepting your next class with a mobile first front end that's new and fun and lives where your prospective students do, as well as a deeply engaging augmented reality experience for social, and also a new set of engagement data that helps you better structure your downstream resources for success.
Thank you all so much for joining. And if you're excited about what you saw today and want to launch an experience with Full Measure, shoot us a text at 58052 or visit us at fullmeasure.io. Thanks, and we hope you enjoyed.